The Battlefield Easter egg community has been hard at work over the last few days, trying to solve the mystery behind the Isolement room on the Fort de Vaux map. Now, I posted a video a couple of days ago showing you that the door had finally been unlocked, and we could now enter the cell behind it. But at that point, nobody was really sure what we could do next. Well, happily, the community has now solved this section of the Easter egg, and you can unlock a unique dog tag for doing so, just as we could for solving the different stages of the Masterman Easter egg. So for those of you who didn't see my video earlier this week, I'm going to run through the Easter egg from start to finish, so you guys can use this video as a guide to completing it and unlocking the dog tag called The Room. This dog tag is emblazoned with Morse code. It spells out "secret revealed," and it comes with the caption, "How many other secrets are locked away?" Very mysterious. First of all, we need to get that door open. We need to unlock it. So join an empty Fort de Vaux server running the Conquest game mode so you have access to the full map area. Around the Fort de Vaux map there are several sign panels, each of them with a button behind them. The button itself sticks through the sign onto a specific letter. That letter corresponds to one of the letters in the word Isolement, and the buttons need to be pushed in order to spell that word, and that will then unlock the door. Here's a handy map to show you the locations of all of the buttons, and it even denotes the order you should push the two different buttons corresponding to different E's within the word Isolement. The footage in the background, although sped up, shows you exactly where to go and in what order to push the buttons. Once you come to the last button, the T, on the opposite wall there is another button for you to press. This triggers the door to open. It takes about 15-20 seconds for the door to creep open, and after that you can then slide into the room. If the door hasn't opened, you'll need to cycle round all of the buttons again, spell Isolement and push that final button, and hopefully you've done it a second time. Once you enter the room, you're going to notice several different things. There appears to be some kind of cell at the back that's got beds in it, and a painting of a white horse. There's some red valves on some pipework that's on the wall, and there's a hole in the ground in the corner. We're going to need to use some of these things to solve the Easter egg. Step number 2 is opening the right-hand side valve. The valves, you'll notice if you go up to them, are interactable, but you can't move them. They don't really do anything yet. And what we're interested in for this step is the hole in the corner. However, before starting, I'd recommend spawning back in as a support soldier. You need access to grenades, and the best way to get them back fast is by having an ammo crate right next to you. Okay, you're spawned back in as support, well done. We can start by throwing a grenade down the hole. You should start to hear some sounds once it's exploded, and this means you've awoken the beast. There is one specific sound that we are listening for, however, almost like a metallic banging sound. I'll play it for you now. When you hear that particular sound, you need to throw another grenade down the hole, a little bit like if you were feeding something down there, only you're throwing it a grenade, so essentially you're telling it to go away. If you're successful in your attempt, you'll hear whatever is down there make another growl right after the explosion. It sounds like this. So you only need to throw a grenade down the hole when you hear that metallic sound, and if you hear a growl afterwards, then you've done it right. You need to do this 5 times in a row. If you miss one of the metallic sounds and don't throw a grenade down the hole, the system resets and you need to start from 0 again. So really do make sure you're listening and you can save yourself some time. Once you've done it for the 5th time, however, the monster should make a really loud wailing noise, a little bit like he's got annoyed that you've been throwing grenades at him for the last few minutes. Here's what that sounds like. If you want to check that you've done it successfully, you can go over to the right-hand valve, and if it fully opens, you've succeeded. So that's the first red valve unseized, that's the right-hand side, and of course now we need to move on to the left-hand side valve, and we need to unblock that one as well. Now you'll notice within the cell there are lots of pipes above and around you. These need to be used to open the valve. This bit is quite straightforward, but again you need to be listening for the correct sound. So using your melee weapon, just start hitting the pipework. You will hear a metallic sound, as you would expect, they are metal pipes. However, there is a second, very different sound, and that's the one we're looking for. Here's what that sounds like. When you find that sound, keep hitting the same spot on the pipe for about 10 times. The sound will then return to normal after that, and the location will have moved somewhere else within the pipe network. You then need to move around the room, keep hitting the pipes until you find the next location, and when you find it, hit it again 10 times until it moves. You need to do this 5 times, just like when we threw the grenades down the hole for the other valve. Once you've done it 5 times, the left valve will unlock and you should be able to interact with both of them and the valves will move properly. If you've done the left-hand side, you will get this sound. Now that we have free access to both of these valves, what do we have to do next? Well, we have to input a code into the valves using their different directions. But how do we do this? And what the hell is the code? Well, behind the valves on the wall, you might have noticed some scribbled symbols. They look like left and right arrows, and there's blood splatter in there as well. You can find 5 more of these on the wall of the shower cubicle near the D flag. This is the code that you need to decipher. I'll save you the time, however, of figuring out that code. It wouldn't be much of a step-by-step guide if I didn't tell you how to do half of what you needed to do. I can quickly summarise how it was found. You can overlay these codes on top of each other in a certain way, and they reveal the following code. 9L, 6R, 2L, 3R. This is the code that we need to input using the valves back in the locked room. The L denotes the left valve and the R the right valve. The number is the amount of times you need to open the valve. So starting with the left valve, you need to open it 9 times. Then move to the right valve and open it 6 times. Back to the left for 2 more opens. And finally back to the right valve for 3 more opens. If you do that correctly, then the following should happen. This signals the end of the Easter egg, and if you head into the dog tag menu of Battlefield 1, on the front side under the miscellaneous section, you'll find the room dog tag unlocked and ready to be equipped for you. Well done, you've completed the Easter egg. After all of this was discovered by the Battlefield Easter egg community, a further step was uncovered to this Easter egg. a dripping sound was being emitted from the pipes in the room. This turned out to be Morse code, and translated, it gives you a web link. ea.com/never be the same. This takes you to a landing page containing a date, May 23rd. It's believed this will be the reveal date for the next Battlefield game. I'm not so sure, however, that this is anywhere near the end of the Easter egg hunt though. That dog tag, as I mentioned at the start of the video, comes with the caption, "How many other secrets are locked away?" I think this is referencing other Easter eggs that we need to complete in the future. DICE added 4 other dog tags with the May update a few days ago, and they are all stage dog tags for each of the DLCs in Battlefield 1. We've just completed an Easter egg on a French map from the first DLC, and it's currently being given away for free for every single player of Battlefield 1. Will we see more Easter egg hunts on other DLCs, and those DLCs handed out for free as well, so every player can get involved? I'm just speculating here, but I really don't think this is the end of the Easter egg hunt yet. It just doesn't feel like a finality. It feels like there's more to be uncovered. But that's everything. Thank you very much for watching. A big hand to the Battlefield Easter egg Discord for figuring all of this out. The people over there have worked tirelessly over the last few days cracking this one. And if you want to go and join any future hunts with the rest of them, their Discord is linked down in the description. But make sure you share this tutorial with your friends so they can unlock the dog tag as well. And again, thank you very much for watching. But until next time, my name is Westie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.